I'm gonna jump right into it. I'll jump right into the Husker the Wolf stuff here. So I was watching a person that actually is subbed to me that I just happened to cross their channel, and their channel name is Santendo. Where is my freaking playlist? Husker the Wolf. Open the playlist, but don't play the video. Thank you. So Sonatendo guy. So Sonatendo guy, roughly double my size. Holy hell. That was aggressive. What the hell? Okay, anyway. Sonatendo's roughly double my size. Puts out a bunch of different videos, but I just happened to cross this video just through my YouTube what is it, algorithm or whatever. Sorry about that. I apologize. I'm gonna like turn the stream volume down a lot a bit, and then once we get into it, we'll adjust from there. I'll keep an eye on the volume of everything. I actually came across, was it this video, I believe, from Sonatendo, but I was like, the hell is going on? So I watched it, and apparently there's this guy called Husker the Wolf, and Husker has had a bit of beef going on. So Husker's channel, let's look at Husker's channel, because I think we should start there. Okay, so Husker the Wolf, hurry. We've got to read through their channel description here. Okay, so hello there, my useful users. The fuck? My name's Husker the Wolf. I'm autistic 24-year-old white wolf who can draw and animate. I'm always one of the unlucky victims that gets attacked by countless trolls. We'll see about this. Any victim of theirs will be friends of mine. I'm not his friend. Likes. Likes are head pats, nose boops, hugs, spending time with friends, eating snacks, peace and quiet, furries with cute appearances, celebrities from stuff he's familiar with. Was that like in the third person? Okay. Plushies, model railways, trains, memorabilia from franchises he why are these he likes? Like, okay. Dislikes his own phobias. Well, yeah, you know what? I'm typically don't like any of my phobias either. Being trolled, being baited or harassed, noise. Well, controversial people. Hi. Toxicity in fandoms. Fruit and vegetables, except for orange juice and or anything fruity flavor with a fruity flavor to it, e.g. cherry aid. Bro, that's not fruits. That's not a vegetable. That's not even like anything real. There's nothing real about cherry aid. Anyway, being disturbed being disturbed from his lions. What the hell is that? What? Lacking in motivation or concentration, being stalled, waiting occasionally. You know what? I don't like waiting occasionally either. I don't know, but this is the person that we're looking into. This is Husker, okay? So Husker here. Husker's got a relatively large channel. 34.8k subscribers. It's been doing a bunch of videos, you know, different like gameplays and stuff like that. All sorts of other things. I don't know if they don't do live streams, they only do videos. Let's see, what's their most popular video here? What's 7 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago. Okay, so or anything recent that was popular. So this person was popular at least 5+ years ago. This sounds like a fucking tipster situation. 3 years ago. It's the most recent I've seen now. Sounds like a fucking tipster situation. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce you to this situation a lot better than I was introduced to the situation, and that's gonna be through showing you a few videos put together by a couple decent people. worked really hard on this. So you got Blue X, who's a creator that's involved in all this Husker stuff. Okay, that volume doesn't seem to be too bad. Let me know if that was too bad. If that's too much, let me know. But I'm gonna let's pull up Blue X. Blue X here is somebody who I actually got the opportunity to talk to. Fantastic person. Kind of filled me in on a little bit more of the details, and I might be referring back to those notes if I need to. But Blue X also makes, an abundance of different videos. Bunch of different content, puts out content regularly. Popular videos are about 2 years ago, a year ago, well, 2 months ago. So I mean, he puts out good content. It's getting views. He seems to be getting pretty decent views across the board on those videos. Let's see, what does he get regularly? Latest. Probably got a little bit tighter audience. So, but yeah, had a great time. Oh, Cult of the Lamb. Oh, I know somebody who's gonna like this person. I've got to introduce them. But does he do any lives? He has lives listed here. Okay. So he does a few different lives, streams for about an hour or so. Okay. More of a level person, let's just say that. This channel contains cringe, mostly gaming, memes, and shitty commentary. I play Soulborn and Soul-like games every Saturday. So, I mean, pretty straightforward. But, and then we got Son Nintendo, who I didn't really go over Son Nintendo's channel, but we'll go over it when we get to it. So first of all, I think the best way to do this, gotten worse. Okay, I just want to make sure these are all in order. So we're going to start with this video. I'm going to bump it up a little bit in speed. These are not long videos, as you can see, 5.5 minutes. So this kind of gets you pretty quickly filled in with what's going on. Still a bit loud.
Copyright abusers, they never change, do they?
Okay, let me know how that is for the volume on the video itself, because that's roughly about how he talks. There isn't really any loud music or anything in this video.
Sup everyone, this is your Disgusting Kingdom Hearts V Blue X here, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a short video, so I'll try to make this brief. This is the individual we're going to be responding today, known as Husker the Wolf, the same person who Buzzy Trombone who has called out in the past for simply telling a depressed person to KYS.
Why would you have the balls to tell me to kill myself when in another...
I put this old, yeah, problem, because this is not a long video.
Copyright abusers, they never change, do they? Sup everyone, this is your Disgusting Kingdom Hearts V
No
Blue
problem,
X
hybrid.
here, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a short video, so I'll try to make this brief. This is the individual we're going to be responding today, known as Husker the Wolf, the same person who Buzzy Trombone who has called out in the past for simply...
And a hybrid, if you know anything, feel free to shout it out in chat. I keep an eye out on stuff, so I'm just reading through chat real quick. By the way, hey Ellington.
telling a depressed person to KYS.
Why would you have the balls to tell me to kill myself when in another tweet you said...
Okay, I kind of, because...
Apologies for the other tweets. I don't encourage suicide. We have suicide hotlines for a reason. Why would you contradict yourself by saying that and then fucking replying to me on YouTube saying, go take your head and kill yourself, you fag tart? What was going on in your brain when you said that?
It's just, I can't stand trolls, they're everywhere. They always call me like a man-child with a train fetish, so
And I know what you're thinking, my dear viewers. Blue X, why on earth are you making this video to begin with, if that person never made a video on your ass to begin with anyways?
Hey, Husker the Wolf in chat. Well, Husker, I'm going to give a pretty honest evaluation of you. You may not like me. I can understand your position, that your haters are a little bit toxic. I do have some criticisms for you. I will get to that. It won't be till much later. I'm sure you're well aware of the things that came out with the Discord message that you posted. I have some very valid criticisms when we get to that point. So I hope you understand.
What is the purpose of that video? Well, yesterday night I received a DM from Idiot Archive. You should go definitely check out his channel, by the way.
I mean, Husker, if you want to weigh in like on why you did any of this stuff, I'd be greatly interested. I appreciate, any freaking input. I'm always open to hear both sides. It's kind of how I am. They're just spreading rumors for attention. Okay. Do you have any more, do you have any like proof or anything that's maybe from your side of logs and stuff like that? Tell them. Okay. I don't know who John's Jovial is, so I know, like, could you give me their screen name? Or if you want, like, I can give you, my Discord. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to jump in. I'll talk with you. Just let me know. And I will give you a fair shake. I'm not one to give unfair shakes, but I'm going to ask questions. If you don't want to, I totally understand. No hard feelings. You don't have to do anything. They've been forcing crop screen drive home. So, sir, okay, no problem. I look. If anybody gives me anything, any sort of criticism, I try and take it. I try and do better. But we have common enemies. Okay. Look, it's not a hate stream, but I everybody's open to criticizing. Okay. That's how I feel personally. Okay. Now look, I went through this. I talked with a couple people. The only reason I was probably able to reach out to people on a couple things is because Sonatendo is subscribed to me long ago. We hadn't even talked up until recently. So I saw this stuff and I reached out to Sonatendo guy and kind of wanted to get some information on what was going on. That Sonatendo ended up putting me in contact with Blue X. I talked to Blue X a little bit, but like I said, I'm always open to hearing both sides of a story. If there's additional information or different information, even if you don't want to actually come on the show, you're more than welcome to post it in chat. I will read it. Definitely. On top of things, alt account. Okay. That people also accused was Hayes who got arrested. Okay. So since I've got you here. So really what made me upset with you, and I will verbalize that certainly, is when going through all this stuff, I'm sure you know about the last message that you posted. That was really the one that kind of like drove it home for me. Like I said, if that's faked, do you have anything that can maybe prove a little bit better on your side of the actual, I guess, story, argument, whatever it may be? Falsely F supporter. Okay. Apologies for dead air. I'm just trying to read things here. The Husker, since it's about him. Okay, that's fair. Hybrid. I cannot blame you on that. But yeah, I'm open to all sides of a story. I will give you the side that I know so far, and I will sum it up very quickly going through before we go through all these videos here. Okay, from the sounds of it, from what I've seen, you issued copyright strikes on 4 to 5 different channels. All of those channels, I believe one copyright strike landed, which is not good. And I don't know if maybe you have a lack of understanding on the difference between doing a copyright strike versus doing, say, like a privacy strike. And the reason why I say that is because it affects channels greatly and very differently. When you copyright strike a channel, if you land 2 copyright strikes, I'm just gonna, so everybody knows, when you land 2 copyright strikes, you effectively render a channel dead. Because if they continue to make content and they get a 3rd strike, YouTube will entirely delete their channel. So if somebody wants to maintain their channel, and they've got 2 copyright strikes, they have to then move on to another channel. I don't feel that's good, just because my position is I am not pro deplatforming people. I'd rather have everybody where I can see them and where I know what's going on and what they're doing. I believe when you start deplatforming people for whatever reason, it can create like, it creates like, what's the word I'm looking for? It creates situations where you have individuals that are going to still say the same things, but now they're saying it in private. And things that happen in private tend to also be able to build up out of sight, and that can become a big issue. So that was my problem with things. Okay. The other problem I had, like I said, goes back to the message that came at the end of your Discord conversation back and forth with Blue here. And when you got to the end with Blue X, you had said, hey, I'm not a good guy, and you wrote a whole smorgasbord of things. There was a couple things in particular that really bothered me personally, and I think bother a lot of people personally when reading that. And I'm sure you know what they are. And I'm sure that's why, like, you came in here and you're saying things like you're defending yourself. I'm not a PDF file, whatever. I don't believe that you necessarily are, but I will say that those messages from your tone sounded bad. Maybe I was wrong about you guys. Perfectly will always be up. Hey, I believe everybody's open to interpretation. If you wanted to make a video on me and pop up and say, hey, look, this guy's a complete jackass, and, you know, I don't think that he deserves to get engagement, he doesn't deserve to have people to go watch him, you can say that until the cows come home. I believe that when you're getting to the point where you're striking channels, that's a pretty serious deal. And a lot of people on YouTube in general, I've noticed, have and do take that seriously. And it's something that, you know, look, if you're trying to be a good person and this just genuinely bothers you, you genuinely have people that are, you know, bothering you in such a way, the best thing I could say to do would be to, first of all, go through the proper channels and do more of a privacy strike. A privacy strike, you can remove any private information. It does a lot of the same things that a copyright strike does, but without like putting the person's channel at risk, because once you put their channel at risk, you're then putting them in a position where they can and are more likely to react in a particular way towards you. So, I mean, if you struck my channel twice, I'm going to be pretty loud and audacious and say things towards you because I put work into that, just like you put your work into your audience and your channel and everything else. As a matter of fact, there are that Ashike is hurt. I have to look into these people to know for sure. Blue Engine. So, to be honest, I support you, Pat. Well, yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. I mean, anybody honestly would be mad. So, I'll be honest with you. If you want to pass me any information, I will gladly review it and cover it. As far as like getting involved with fighting people's battles with them, I typically, and you can even ask a lot of people who I'm in commentary with, I am more the guy that's going to take the back seat to that stuff. I rather watch. I do my trolling. I do my actions. I know I'm not the best guy in the world, but you know what? Let's be honest. I don't think anybody out there honestly is. So, but yeah, I hopefully you understand my position on what I'm saying, and I hopefully I can encourage you to maybe look into the differences between doing a copyright strike and at least doing a privacy strike, because like I said, there's a lot of the same effects happen for you, and like a lot of the same things, like as far as like the videos, like I believe the videos like taken out of visibility for a bit, or like they have to remove that portion of content. So it's just kind of interesting what madness is going on tonight. Hey Necro, you're just in time. I've got Husker the Wolf actually in chat here with Hybrid, who's kind of like an acquaintance, I will say that much. It looks like they may know each other. I was actually going over some of Husker's and Blue X and Sonatendo's, a bit of their battles back and forth that I ran across on YouTube. And Husker was kind enough to jump in and kind of give me a little bit more information. I was just kind of letting them know that I'm not really one to jump into battles, but I am very big on giving people an impartial and fair view on stuff and seeing what's going on. how he should be acting. Okay, I can understand that, hybrid. Well, if that's the case, the best and honest way I can say to take things and escalate them to the next level beyond doing what you're doing, just from in fairness, just from covering the little bit that I have, but also I've been a viewer for a long time. I've been watching, especially the commentary side of things, for a very long time. I only been doing this for about 6 months now or so, but I would say, honestly, if this is the case, if it's really truly a battle of wills, let's say that, a matter of like they're doing stuff to you according to you, and you're doing stuff to them with striking their channel, I think the best way to do things from this point on would probably be if you've got Twitter, maybe go on Twitter, lay stuff out in like a Google Doc and put it in an organized thought process, so that way, hey Jim, so that way you can lay out all your points and people can digest that stuff really easy. And that's how a lot of these things kind of tend to go well. The back and forth isn't very good, just as hybrid just said. It just becomes more and more volatile, like you said, or like they said, apologies. Yeah, I mean, really, at some point too, one of you is going to have to be the bigger person and step away from this. And if you're striking their channel, I'm going to be honest with you, they're not going to be the bigger person to walk away. If you're issuing strikes on a channel, like hybrid said, I mean, anybody's going to be very angry. They're not going to sit there and rationally listen to you. They're not going to be open to things. That being the case, let me read through again, sorry. I mean, honestly, from the sounds of it, you've got a pretty good ally in your corner with hybrid here. If hybrid's willing to like try and help you out and try and get things settled down, you know, Husker, maybe listen to them. I mean, people can make fun of anybody. I'll be honest. And on the internet, and I'm surprised with your audience as big as it is. You haven't had many. You seem to me you haven't had many criticisms before, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong completely. Okay, but I've been in situations too. I mean, the short time that I've been here, you see my sub count. I'm not a very big channel by any means, but I even sat there and was trolling someone and playing games and everything else. Ended up in a voice chat that was completely private. Had a couple people that got angry with me and ended up having 5 people jump on me. That made me mad. That made me very mad. Said a couple things on Twitter, but ultimately got over it. What am I gonna, I mean, I could sit there and be vitriolic and go after these people repetitively and say, no, you were mean and you don't know the situation. They don't care. Unfortunately, as a fact of life, they don't care. Honestly. If they cared, they would sit down and they would listen to you. If they don't care, they're going to continue to say the things that they're going to continue to say. And there's probably not going to be much you can do to change your mind. The best you can do would be to block them in as many ways as possible and move on from the situation. And you know what? As unfortunate as it is, sometimes it's what you got to do. I mean, being the bigger person doesn't always mean like walking up, shaking hands, settling everything, and 100% you guys are amicable and you walk away and everybody's happy. That more often than not, that isn't the case. That isn't what's going to happen. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still going to cover this. I'm still going to show their videos, and I really do honestly welcome you to stay in chat and give your opinion on stuff with these videos. And I'll read your reaction out. I'll read your information out. So I'm totally open to doing that. So let me go through this. We'll go through the first video here. And you know, kind of go from there. And I think this gives a good base for everything. Maybe you can give me your side of the stuff, what's going on, how this all started, as far as like versus their perspective.
The Wolf, the same person who Buzzy Trombone, who has called out.
Okay, I did not go back far.
This is the individual we're going to be responding today, known as Husker the Wolf, the same person who Buzzy Trombone who has called out in the past for simply telling a depressed person to KYS.
Why would you have the balls to tell
Right there. Okay, before we hear this voice call, that's a good point to respond to. Each one of these things is going to be a good, valid point to respond to. Did you say things like this in a call to someone? If so, why? Was it a matter of you just got upset, you were overwhelmed? I mean, you can ask Jim. We have an individual in the community known as Jalen. Jalen is a very interesting trans individual that, you know what, they'll just go off, like mentally they shut down, they start saying really rude, evil, horrible things to people in voice calls and chats, and that's how they've been. Necro, it kind of is furry drama, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm still probably on watch lists and everything from going through all the other stream with the guy that really is out there actually defending pedophiles and everything. So many people help him change. Okay, but Husker, did you answer what I asked here? In case I missed it, I'm going back. Apologies. Okay, so let's start.
tell me to kill myself when in another tweet you said, apologies for the other tweets, I don't encourage suicide, we have suicide hotlines for a reason. Why?
Okay, so right here, to give you an idea, this person, it looks like Buzzy here in this call, I'm assuming that's you, based on the art down the very bottom, based on the art that I saw on your channel. So you're in a call here with this bacon individual and Buzzy. Okay, Buzzy is accusing you of saying some very mean, harsh things on Twitter, and if you said those things, just maybe give some justification of why. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like you did say those things, but then you apologized and said, hey, I shouldn't have said that stuff. There is this, and you kind of regret it. You very much remind me in a way of this Jalen person that I speak of. People that follow religion. Yeah. Understanding from very understanding. But in this instance, if I were to sit there and give you an example, it would be to take this playlist, take this whole playlist here. You've got I know it's a lot of content. You got hour and 45 minutes roughly. So you got an hour and 45 minutes. Some of it's repetitive, so you don't really have that much that you need to go over. You probably got about an actual solid hour or 15 minutes worth of real true content that these people are talking about, that I feel you should go through this stuff. Maybe with Hybrid. Maybe Hybrid can help you out. Go through this stuff with somebody that you trust and somebody that's going to be willing to be honest with you. Okay? And point out, because you're going to go through this and you're just going to have that perspective of, these are bad people and I do not want to respond to them. And so you're going to immediately have that position, so you're not even going to hear everything that's said when you're listening to this stuff. So what you should really do is, like I said, go through this stuff with somebody, develop a list of all the points that you feel are necessary to address. In this case, I think you have, what is it, 4 or 5 channels that you need to address. Those 4 or 5 channels, why you struck them, what was your reason behind striking them, what did they do to you before, what have they done to you since, when did you strike them. I think that's really important to know for laying all this stuff out. And then, unfortunately, with all this, you have a situation where, from my understanding, one of these copyright strikes actually landed, and it'd be interesting to know why they landed. And I'm going to give you some advice, okay? Because from what I've seen, and maybe again you can correct me, open to correction always. Maybe you can correct me, but you can't. It's very, very. I'm trying to think of the best word for this. It becomes very disbelieving to have someone claim your entire video. Okay, so like if you were to claim my entire video because I was mean to you, well, I've got stuff that I know I'm going to be covering tonight that has nothing to do with you. You can't do that. You know, you have to keep it focused to what matters to you, what is specifically dependent upon you. And you know, maybe that means that you've got to actually, unfortunately, go through and apply multiple, like the privacy strikes, like I was talking about, etc. But yeah, I'm gonna keep playing this. If I see any other points, I'm gonna bring them up, and I'll let you know.
Why would you contradict yourself by saying that and then fucking replying to me on YouTube saying, "Go take your head and kill yourself, you fagtard"? What was going on in your brain when you said that?
It's just, I can't stand trolls, you know, they're everywhere. They always call me like a man-child with a train fetish, so,
And I know what you're thinking, my dear viewers. BlueX, why on earth are you making this video to begin with, if that person never made a video on your ass to begin with anyways? What is the purpose of that video? Well, yesterday night, I received a DM from Idiot Archive. You should go definitely check out his channel, by the way. It's the main reason why my part 2 finale of the YouTube War was finally archived and viewable to the public. Give that guy a shout out if you have the chance. Sub to his channel if you want the archival purposes. But back to the main topic at hand. He's recently received 2 copyright strikes from, you guessed it, Husker the Wolf.
what? What the fuck?
Yes, you heard that correctly. And he currently has 2 copyright strikes on his main channel. And if you look into Husker the Wolf saga even deeper, he's not the only person who's been receiving copyright strikes from Husker. There's another individual known as Mr. Weasel who also received 2 copyright strikes from, you guessed it, Husker, the copyright abuser himself. Luckily, Mr. Weasel already made a video discussing about how Husker the Wolf was a coward.
Yeah, it's not the greatest mixing, Necro. I will give you that. You know, that could be hybrid. You know, more often than not, nobody's in the right in this situation. You know, like I said, I went into a situation. I got yelled at. I got yelled at by 5 people. Was that right? No. Was I right for trolling someone? No. You know, like I sat there and I've said, you know, my honest opinion on stuff. I try to always be honest. I try to always be fair, but there's been times like when, you know, I covered Mama Mac's situation. That dude straight makes me mad. And I've let loose my opinions on that, man. And so I don't know. I believe that more often than not, everybody's in the wrong.
For abusing the copyright system.
Let me ask you something, Husker.
When you told me. Hey GG, how you doing? Ironically, I've got Husker the Wolf in chat here, and I've got a close associate, Hybrid, who's trying to kind of maybe mediate some stuff with Husker. And Husker came in here and thought I was going to be just totally awful and mean, and I told him I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to watch videos and stuff, and I'm going to be honest about my feelings about what I've seen from him, or from them. Apologies, I don't know your pronouns. But I'm going to be honest about what I see from everybody, honestly. And oh God. But yeah, I so far, you know what? I don't think anybody's ever totally innocent in situations, especially like this. But I was giving Husker maybe some advice because they went and they did some copyright striking, and I told them the implications of doing copyright strikes, as well as like the likely implications of doing copyright strikes, how people are going to treat them after they do that kind of stuff.
Do you love censoring people? Like, is that your fucking thing on the internet? Do you just love censoring people? Because I can tell that in your fucking brain. Dude. You are a fucking coward-ass bitch who can't fucking stand up to your own consequences.
The original video will be in the link in the description down below if you want full context about the situation. Husker, I don't know if you noticed, but what you did just now is committing perjury, which is illegal, by the way.
Jeez, that's awful. For that.
If they have enough finances, they can easily take you to court and probably sue you for all the money that you worth, which I highly doubt you have enough money to begin with. or enough finances to even go to the courthouse. But with that being said, I believe that will be enough for today. I'm glad I'm back in the commentary game. It's been a while, hasn't it? I haven't been making much of commentary videos as much, mainly because I was busy doing Let's Play content. But for those of you who are watching this video,
Oh yeah, we had a tornado. I was actually watching. I closed, but I had it up for a bit. Like when I started the stream, I was showing it. Like there was a couple tornadoes actually going through town, so it was kind of interesting.
video all the way through, please don't harass anyone I mentioned in this video. It is completely unnecessary, and it makes you no different than the individual I was talking about. So anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you do, give a like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, follow me on social media, and hit the notification bells for my future videos.
I've not watched Brandon. I was just watching some local stuff, but okay, so from there we go from that video to now this video. I'm going to voice to you a couple things and like what's going on and why I think they're valid in some of these feelings. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this when we go through stuff, but they show the fair use and everything else. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
They never change, do they? Sup everyone, this is your disgusting Kingdom Hearts weeb Blue X here, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a short video, so I'll try to
Likely. Yeah, that's a good suggestion from Hybrid there, by the way. I don't know if that is your name, if it's a stage name or anything. Like depending on like how you feel about stuff, it's tenuous doing that.
make this brief. This is the individual we're going to be responding today, known as Husker the Wolf, the same person who Buzzy Trombone who has called out in the past for simply telling a depressed person to KYS.
Why would you have the balls to tell me?
And here's the thing. Look, here's a portion in your favor, Husker. Just to give you an idea, I'm not totally on everybody's side or one person's side here, okay? Blue X kind of morally grandstanded on the last video. You know, this whole conversation about you telling someone KYS, please come to the commentary. Like I can give you commentary shows to go look at. That's some of the kindest stuff people say sometimes. So people can be very, very, very rude and cruel on here. Okay. So I stand for the fact that, look, you can say that if you want, you're not free from, what's the word? Free from consequences of saying that. You know, just saying it doesn't mean you have the right to say it, doesn't mean you're free from consequences. You have to pay consequences, and the consequences most likely would have been them making that video saying, you said this stuff, you're a hypocrite, point fingers at you. They're allowed to do that. It's a little morally grandstanding, but you know.
Me to kill myself when in another tweet you said, apologies for the other tweets, I don't encourage suicide, we have suicide hotlines for a reason. Why would you contradict yourself by saying that and then fucking replying to me on YouTube saying, go take your head and kill yourself, you fagtard? What was going on in your brain when you said that?
It's just, I can't stand trolls, you know, they're everywhere. They always call me like a man-child with a train fetish, so
And I know what you're thinking, my dear viewers.
Constantly ganging up on me in order for me to be that kind of stuff to be said. I don't snap like that. You know what, Hybrid? Maybe you're a lot better person than definitely a lot of people that I've been around. Like, yeah, if you watch Jalen, the person that I was saying you Husker, that kind of reminds me of, they say the N-word with the hard R. They will say all sorts of stuff. But it's just when I'm comparing the two, I'm comparing the snap action that Jalen does to the snap action that Husker did with these copyright strikes. And I'm attributing what Husker did to being a snap action, so this isn't
UX, why on earth are you?
Yeah, I don't know. The music could definitely be subdued a little bit.
Making this video to begin with, if that person never made a video on your ass to begin with anyways? What is the purpose of that video? Well, yesterday night I received a DM from Idiot Archive. You should go definitely check out his channel, by the way.
Okay, so this is really all the stuff.
Was finally archived and viewable to the public. Give that guy a shout out if you have the chance. Sub to his channel if you want the archival purposes. But back to the main topic at hand. He's recently received 2 copyright strikes from, you guessed it, Husker the Wolf.
Okay, this is repeating what we had.
For abusing the copyright system.
Okay, see the, and we saw the video portion.
Copyright abuser himself. Luckily, Mr. Weasel already made a video discussing about how Husker the Wolf was a coward for abusing the copyright system.
Let me ask you something, Husker.
Okay, we already saw that.
Dude, you are a fucking coward-ass bitch who can't fucking stand up to your own consequences.
The original video will be in
I've had a 10% a little bit. GG.
in the description down below if you want full context about the situation. Husker, I don't know if you noticed, but what you did just now is committing perjury, which is illegal, by the way. If they have enough finances, they can easily take you to court and probably sue you for all the money that you worth, which I highly doubt you have enough money to begin with, or enough finances to even go.
Look, okay, so like, honestly, Husker, any of the stuff that they're saying here, you're totally fucking open to criticizing them. And by the way, I do curse, and I've been drinking, so anything, I can't be held responsible for as much cursing as I probably end up doing. I can't be held responsible, but I'm just going to claim I'm not.
Go to the courthouse. But with that being said, I believe that will be enough for today. I'm glad I'm back in the commentary game. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Okay.
Mainly because I was busy doing let's. For those of you who are watching this video all the way.
Okay. So do we... Why did it play the same video over? I was like, wait a minute. I thought there was going to be new information. I've been drinking, waiting for a tornado. And you realize the implications of drinking, waiting for a tornado. Okay, look. I downloaded these videos. Oh my god. Okay. Blue X, if I got a critique for you, definitely learn how to calm that volume down a little bit.
You'd probably be confused. Now, what do I mean by this, everyone? Well, recently I received some new information. Again. John Jarrell.
Yes, Ellington, we got Husker the Wolf in chat, if you'd like to talk with them. And then Hybrid is kind of an associate trying to maybe broker a little bit of peace between, you know, a couple different people involved in this.
Pictures, aka Idiot Archive, has been in comment on my video, informed me about Husker has copyright claimed Buzzy's video about him confronting him and his brother. Say what? Trust me, I'm just as shocked as you are, my dear viewers. So I checked the original video of my video link in description that I uploaded yesterday, and yeah, he did false flag Buzzy's video, unfortunately. Okay, there is a lot to unpack here. Husker, just because someone makes videos on you criticizing you for the things you've done, that doesn't mean they're ableist, cyberbullies, or harassing you. There's a clear difference. If that were the case, then every single commentary.
And let me say something. In order for you to sit there and be in order for you to sit there and really declare that you're being harassed by someone, you know, it's got to be an ongoing thing, in my opinion. You have to really show that this, and I know what you're going to say to this. In my head, at least, I know what you're going to say to this. You have to really show that this has been an ongoing problem that's causing you to not be able to really operate normally. Let's put it that way. And I know you're going to sit there and say, well, yeah, their bullying upsets me and everything else. Upsetting you and your feelings, okay, does not equate to changing like how you operate. Like when I think of somebody harassing someone, I think of somebody who's done everything they can to change, to be away from what's going on, okay? And no matter what they do, the other person's still trying to get in their face, okay? That's harassment. Somebody standing on the sidelines or across the street saying shit to you every day when you walk to and from work or something, it's annoying. It may feel like harassment, but that's kind of what they're doing here.
Channels on this platform will be labeled as harassers.
And if you don't have any real way of showing that, like, hey, look, I've done things to change, like I've blocked them and they've created different accounts. I've you know, they've made 10 videos on me. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, at least maybe in the online sphere, I would consider harassment. They're constantly messaging me. They're finding my Twitter. They're saying things on my comments. They're doing all of this. The totality of that would be harassment. Okay? Them doing one of those things does not make them harassing you.
Or cyberbullies, but in reality they're not. They're just spreading awareness of the situation, or at the very least give fair critiques. Let me show you the screenshot for example. Over a year ago, Ben reacted to my video of YouTube War Episode 4 about seeing Kim. He enjoyed the video, but he also brought up a few key points in the video that he brought up during my video on seeing Kim. One of the examples is that Ben telling me that you should never say these types of language. Now, keep that in mind, I'm just using his video as argumentation purposes, Husker, so bear with me on this.
This is just him giving some examples here.
Watch his we ask you this question, Husker. Is Ben automatically a harasser or cyberbully just because he made a video on me, fam? Well, the answer to you is no. So I asked Ben, so Benny, what do you think about my...
See, they're trying to, in this video, they're trying to show you some, like, at least this person is trying to show you a little bit of, like, a situation that happened with them. They're saying, hey, look, this person made a video on me. So I kind of playfully went into their video and said, hey, what do you think about my video so far? And you know what? That's something you can do. Like, if you're not liking stuff, like, go into their video, go into their comments, say shit in their comments. You can definitely do that shit.
Video so far, and he tell me, well, BlueX, I stated before, your content is very good. And I replied back in the live chat, oh, thank you, Benny. Normally my videos are cringy, even my Let's Play videos. And the rest is history, because I have a thicker skin. And just move on from there.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
But I want to make it very clear to anyone who are watching this video, especially Husky. My videos does not encourage harassment, nor is it ableist. I even put 2 disclaimers. The first disclaimer is for the entertainment and review purposes only, and the second disclaimer is about the copyright disclaimer, so that you know it is indeed protected under fair use. I even state...
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, it just, the knowing is half the battle thing, but, like, I don't know. You could say that's cringy. Like, look, Husker, if you want to make a video and call his video cringy, you can do that shit. Gary Cooper.
Stated this in my yesterday's video on you, fam. But for those of you who are watching this video all the way through, please don't harass anyone I mentioned in this video. It is completely unnecessary, and it makes you no different than the individual I was talking about. And therefore, my...
Okay, and see, like, I could say that's kind of being mean towards you, but again, not harassing. That's just being mean towards you. Like, in my book, if somebody started saying, like, look, don't be like them, I'd kind of get pissed. I'd say something. Okay, like, I'd come back at them. That's where, like, you can come back at them and say things. You're more than welcome to. It's the internet. Go wild.
Videos does not encourage cyberbullying and harassment. I do not condone anybody doing so. But I'm afraid that will be enough for today. If you somehow enjoyed this video, if you do, give a like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, follow me on social media, and hit notification bells for my future videos.
No, we don't. Oh, I just realized that I'm the one on screen. There we go, I fixed it. Sorry. I'm an idiot. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Hey, look, you know what? I've only killed 10 minutes of videos. At least, you know, you guys didn't get killed by the bigger video here, which is kind of the one I want to have on screen more so than anything. Like, yeah, here we go.
The claim. Now let's get back to the main topic.
Yes, I just noticed that hybrid. I'm an idiot.
So how we even get to this point? Well, I received an email from YouTube about Husker is trying to false copyright.
in all fairness, I'm blind in my right eye basically, so I don't really see what's going on the right half of my screen.
My second video on him titled Husker the Wolf Has Gotten Worse video. And as naturally, YouTube made its decision and said this. Hello! We receive a copyright infringement notification below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealings, or the similar exception to copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your videos at this.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to get into later. GG, yeah, you know, I might actually use that as a title, chat in the stream. So, okay, so like I know you guys don't really see it, you guys just see a little bit that I have over here, but like actually when it's on screen right here, I can see it actually pretty freaking well. And then especially if I go to, I have a whole nother dedicated chat window here. You know what? Screw it. I don't care if you guys see what my side of things looks like. Okay, and that's not gonna ruin the surprise later. Cool. But like there's that chat, there is and then oh, I can't show you OBS, but OBS, like you guys see the chat that's just on stream, I've got it in a whole little separate window that also pops up. So I've actually got two versions of the chat. The one that you guys saw in the blue is the one I can actually respond to. But yeah, I've got like, I think when I got measured, I got like 80 20 or 120 vision in my right eye. And I actually found out what the numbers mean. Basically, it's something that like, okay, if you're standing 20 foot from a sign with good vision, okay, you can read the sign. I have to be, or let's see, sorry, apologies, that's set up. I have to be 20 foot away from a sign to read that you can read from 100 foot away. Okay, that's how bad my vision in my right eye is. My left eye is actually pretty good. It's like 20/30 or 20/20, something pretty close to that. But yeah, my right eye is. Ugh. So yeah, sometimes when I'm going, I don't notice. That's why I like to set everything up beforehand because it's a little bit idiot proofing on my end. So, but yeah, there we go. Looks like we're good. But yeah, let's rewind just a hair.
To copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your videos at this time. You have the ability over the availability of videos on your channel.
And see, Husker, going back to things like, okay, look, from your perspective, I think you see this when you copyright strike someone, their video gets taken down, okay? Look, it goes a lot more against them than just that, okay? Like I said, the copyright thing is actually like kind of like consider it like baseball. It's a 3 strikes you're out thing, but it's even worse because after 2 strikes, most people have to change their channel. They have to change everything because if you get that 3rd strike, you lose everything. It's gone. All your work is gone. So unless you've archived it, you're not getting any of that back. So most people, in the interest of keeping and letting their audience know and everything else, they'll change to a different channel after just 2 strikes. So when you went through and you struck all of these channels twice for different things, that's like a small heart attack as a creator. Like, I'm sure if somebody did that to you, you'd probably have a heart attack.
Channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. And to completely honest with you guys, I was not aware that Husker was filed another copyright.
Nah, I'm just stupid naturally, GG. Actually, I still think that it has to do with like what triggered it was, okay, so I was a complete idiot. I took a pair of dikes and I was cutting I was trying to make a split washer really quick. Worst fucking thing you could do, okay? The tip of the dikes broke and it actually flew up directly into my eye. To the point that I was worried that I had like metal shards in my eye and stuff. Like it hit right square in my eye. From that, I've actually got, what is it, keratosis or some shit. Basically, like the front of my eye actually looks more like a mountain peak instead of a hill. Okay, and what it does is that bulging of my cornea basically totally distorts, like I can see colors and everything out of my red eye. I can see generically where the 2 screens are, but I can't tell you any fine detail, anything. Yeah, I'd be pretty fucking upset if somebody struck me twice. Oh, really? That sucks. I see. I've done a lot of stupid stuff. Like I worked in a garage. I've stuck my hands in the fucking chemical tanks, and I'd sit there and I've been sprayed. I used to wash my hands with brake cleaner and everything else, and all that stuff. And I've realized, like in hindsight, after a while, how bad that is for everything.
Playing towards my video, but this time it was my second response video, which, regrettably, I didn't even notice it at the time, due to the fact I was busy making more Let's Play content for you guys. But
Well, if you need to take a break, Hybrid, you're more than welcome. I'll be streaming for a long time. These guys know I go on for an excessively long period of time for absolutely no fucking reason.
let's hear Husker's main reason why that he wants to file a false copyright claim. Let's take a look at another screenshot. For context, the user is spreading false rumors about me and encouraging my haters such as Mr. Weasel, Cashley K, Buzzy Trombone, and Failing Death to stalk and harass me after I took down their hate videos.
Oh, does it hurt because it's the truth? You are just a baby.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack here. First of all,
GG. Let me tell you. So what the hell was it? It's my guy. It's my buddy. He actually has like his own DIY garage. Okay. And this guy was sitting there working on a vehicle. He had, you know, just your typical cutoff disc and whatnot. Well, the disc shattered. Okay. Well, he had just gotten LASIK done. Not even like, I think it was like a week before. And one of the shards went, like when it burst, actually a few of them just shotgun right into his eye. And so he ended up like having to go to like an emergency eye care, and ended up having to go to his eye doctors and everything else. And they were like taking pieces out for a while. Well, he is the exact same eye as me, has the exact same shit vision as me. So it's freaking funny when him and I try and work on anything together, because neither one of us really have the greatest depth perception on things. Like I've got pretty decent depth perception. There's times where I'm like struggling, or I'll feel for something to see how far away it is. But yeah, him and I both have that same issue. And like, there's no like checking well for stuff like that. By the way, since I'm on me, okay, I'm gonna pause this because this is a longer video, so we'll come back to this. I'm gonna change the screen, and I'm gonna remember this time to change it back. Okay, all right. So I did actually want to start out tonight, and I know things kind of got a little off the rails pretty quick for me. So, but just to give everybody a heads up, I have to go for some medical testing here soon. I've been having some serious like pain over with my gallbladder, pancreas, liver, one of them organs, and likely my gallbladder, but I'm probably, well, there's a high likelihood that I'm going to have one of them taken out. There's only one gallbladder and one pancreas, but one of the two has to go possibly. So I don't know how that's going to maybe affect things for a little bit in the short run. I go for a scan. I'll know things ahead of time. I'll keep everybody updated, but kind of just wanted to like actually say it on live. I've had to cut down on like a couple of the side project things that I was working on. Like the verdict thing that I was doing on Still Connected is indefinitely on hold. The AI Creator Chronicle stuff is going to be on an indefinite hold. Try a 2-for-1 deal. Oh man, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the concept of, if it is the pancreas, what that means for changing my diet, because I literally like everything that somebody without a pancreas can't have. So pray for me. But yeah, so I may actually at one point have to like probably take a little bit of a break at some point. That's kind of why I sat there and pull a Darcy and stream from Maine, not hospital. But god damn it, I'm sidetracked now. I'll keep everybody updated, but yeah, that's part of the reason why I drank tonight, was just kind of like pain's bad. And instead of taking pain meds, I was like, drinking sounds like a great idea. You can go over hospital drama. Oh my god, I could do a full review of the meal plan. Look, I'm just my goals are short term, okay? In that the last time I went for any abdominal surgery, they nearly killed me and I ended up in the ICU for a while. So the goal is to not end up that way. Oh no, I'm not like doing this consistently hybrid. I'm doing this literally for tonight so I can sit here and stream because I want to do something I enjoy, because anything's better than hurting, and I've hurt all day. So, and I wanted to stream tonight. But yeah, like well then let's not do that. That's my plan. Personally, that's my plan, but that was also my plan the last time that they actually tried to do that. And you know, plans change apparently. But yeah, I ended up with like, what is it, a pulmonary embolism? Where like you get a blood clot in your lung. I don't know, it's like highly fatal. I didn't die, but I put up a hell of a fight with the nurses and they had to apologize and everything else. I like ripped the tube out of my throat and everything. Like it was a fight. Yeah, so I wanted to give everybody a little bit of a brief channel update. That way, when I got people here, so figure it wasn't worth it since talking to myself. Plus, you know, the whole tornado thing kind of threw me off. So, but that's how I anticipated opening all this. Anyway, back to the video, and watch me change the screen. Look at that, like a pro.
Husker. They were not rumors if it turned out to be true. There are screenshots proving that you did abuse the copyright system, and it was provided to me, by the way. Second of all, I do not encourage any harassment towards you. I even put 2 disclaimers. Two! The first one is do not bully or harass anyone disclaimer. And second disclaimer, and most importantly, a copyright disclaimer, which is indeed protected under fair use, which it shows.
Yeah, don't go into a full on heart attack. I've heard that's not fun.
I mean, hell, even my own video description says do not bully or harass anyone I mentioned either. Like, Husker, wherever you want to admit it or not.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in danger of that. Although I had probably about, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 shots worth of vodka basically. The drink's done, so it was a Bloody Mary that I was drinking while I was waiting. I didn't, everything else that's left here is not alcoholic.
You have committed perjury, which you can easily be taken to court and be.
Okay, another criticism that I have for Husker with this whole situation. Husker, I don't know if you paid attention when you go. yeah, I know I said that. I'm sorry, Negro. Anyway, I tried to brush that under the rug, okay? Y'all couldn't just sweep for me for once. Anyway, Husker, one thing that I do want to advise you on is when you went through and you did the copyright strikes, I know you had to have seen this, okay? And it's something that, be cautious. I don't know of any situations where YouTube has followed through on this, but when you're filing copyright strikes back to back to back to back, Quantum TV style, okay, you run the risk of losing your channel when they keep getting like dismissed. Let's just use that word. When they get dismissed, because now you're looking like you're false flagging, especially again, like I said, going back to my other criticism, when you flag a video, first of all, I think in your situation it probably would have been best to go with the privacy strike stuff. But if you're going to do a copyright strike, just copyright strike what is applicable to the copyright. Flagging the whole video, in my opinion, and from what I've seen, YouTube is highly unlikely to give you that. They either have hail or really strong rain.
Be arrested for that shit, which is still illegal. It doesn't matter if I hurt your precious.
The odds of you getting arrested are low. I'll be honest with you, like the arrested thing I wouldn't be worried about. It's a matter of like you're putting your own channel at risk doing this.
Social feelings. It is still illegal regardless. And this is not the first time you abused the copyright system before. Don't deny it. I have screenshots to prove it. What do we mean by that? Well, let's.
Jim raises another good point. Another thing that you have is you have the risk of ending up going to court, because they can sit there and they can take you to court. I've explained this kind of conceptually before, okay? But the whole thing with copyright striking is none of it's run by YouTube, okay? YouTube operates in, oh God, what is it? It's considered it's got safe harbor, basically. Honestly, all they have to do is they have to offer someone the ability to file a copyright strike, an understanding of what filing a copyright strike means, and that's about it. And when you do that, you're initializing a legal process. The DMCA is a legal process, okay? YouTube has no real involvement in it other than to say, yes, something was stolen via copyright. We're just going to go with that. You stole somebody's copyright, or in your case, they sat there and said, no, what they did fell under fair use and it was in some way transformative. So therefore, it is not using your copyrighted material.
Let's take a look. Last month ago in February, I received a false copyright strike on my channel.
See, like here, received a removal request for the video based on the application of copyright law. We removed the video from the channel. That's something they have to. YouTube has to legally do, okay? Now they can go through and review it to see if what your claims line up with what's going on in the video. And so content used, another copyright abuser. See, like this, I'm going to give you criticism for too, Husker. Right here, this doesn't give anything. This, honestly, they probably... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to... This, basically sitting there saying that they're another copyright abuser means nothing to them. I'll be honest with you. And then content found in the entire video. You can't say that. Like, you know, just in this video alone, as much as I'm not a fan of the volume and everything else with this intro, you don't own this intro. You don't own this game. You don't own the copyrights to anything going on right here. So you can't even say the whole video. The only time you can say what's copyrighted is when they're bringing up stuff that's personal to you. So even like this gameplay stuff that they're talking over, none of that applies. You know, they can say whatever they want. Now, there's other legal things that it can fall under. It can fall under slander or something else. I'm not a lawyer. I couldn't tell you. But what the whole copyright stuff falls under is them taking your content. So it's got to be something you made and using it in their video. And it's like, if I were to sit here and just watch end to end this video, say nothing, give no additional content, just have it on the screen the way things are, and you could then say that Blue X could come in and copyright claim what I just did because I sat there and did nothing transformative. You can't say that me having a chat and my screen name and stuff and a video around it and me watching it is transformative. It's not. I'm not giving commentary. Commentary falls under the whole copyright and fair use side of stuff. Actually, when I sit there and I get flagged for like some of the music and stuff that I use, you know, sometimes it's a parody song and I'll sit there and I'll be like, okay, well, it's a parody, or it's in a video that I'm watching and I'm saying, well, I can't do anything. I'm providing commentary on this situation, but this video that has music in it, there's nothing I can do about it. And I've had, you know, copyright claims dismissed that way. So again, Husker, if you're listening, you know, just stuff of note for you. Oh, I probably should. A, turn the volume back on. B, go back to where I was in the video.
Wherever you want to admit it or not, you have committed perjury, which you can easily be taken to court and be arrested for that shit.
Oh, I get flagged for music all the time. There's an automatic claim system too. Right, so if it falls under things, I mean, you're automatically going to get tagged. But you can't. Not the Nick Ricada. Oh God, that hurt. Oh man. Especially if we're in a chat on the screen, it could be argued we're providing commentary. I mean, yeah, you could sit there and say that, but whatever. You got flagged for a meme trailer. Yeah, I've been flagged for, okay, so here, I have no problem ever pulling any of my stuff up. Going into my content, you'll see copywritten, waiting for what was it? See details. I think this was another one that was flagged for music. Oh no, this one was legit. This one was the one where I watched a portion of Clerks 2 and I was just happy they kept my video up. And it wasn't a long portion, it was enough. Like this is a whole video that like I cut and edited stuff together, and I still got, you know, Goodbye Horses because I used them for the underlying music. Even though like I made a whole meme video out of it. My lives, like there's a lot of my lives because my music that I've chosen for intros and stuff get copyright claimed. Some of them are weird, like this one was partially, and if you look at it, there was music in it, it's claimed, the same music is claimed twice by two different Chinese companies for literally like the same time frame. Okay, oh no, this one was, they claimed one section, the other person claimed the other. They initially were covering the same section. But I'm now this video is partially blocked in certain countries. Like, I don't know, it's silly, but yeah.
Which is still illegal. It doesn't
Yes, it was. GG.
matter if I hurt your precious little feelings. It is still illegal regardless. And this is not the first time you abused the copyright system before. Don't deny it. I have screenshots to prove it. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look. Last month ago in February, I received a
suing is incredibly difficult, and civil matter, no, not a criminal one. Yep.
false copyright strike on my channel due to the fact that you false flagged my entire content, more specifically my first video on you, and you claimed my entire content was yours. Now, I'm going on a limb here and say this is a complete bullshit strike. And I know that's a bullshit strike because the gameplay I used in the background was Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, just like the gameplay footage you see in this video right now. And for the matter of fact, he does not own the music in the background either. Hell, he even admits to it in our DMs. Don't believe me? Let's take a look, shall we? This one starts off with me wanting to discuss with you in a Discord call about you false flagged my content. You said you flagged it because it gave you defamation. I explained to you that that is not defamation, that is not public information for the thing.
Okay, and then there's other things like you've got to, Husker, be really freaking careful with these terms. Defamation has to be writing, from what I understand, where slander is spoken. So this kind of stuff, be careful with, because even using the wrong term can get you in trouble.
Things you have done, which is very true. But then you said this that really makes my blood boil. Mr. Weasel and Idiot Archive deserve to have their videos taken down. Mr. Weasel is always bullying me for being artistic, yet he's artistic himself. Compete with a fart. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. What the
Again, this is something that you said in the chat. So, I mean, if this is if this is something that is true, slander is spoken, libel is written. God damn it, I always forget that. Thank you though, Negro. I always forget that. I just remember the slander is spoken. I don't remember the other side of that. I mean, there's no real good way for you to prove it that he has a fart fetish, unless you find like some weird way of linking him to maybe some weird deviant art. I guess I don't know. But him bullying you for being autistic, and he's autistic, is going to be hard to prove. I'll just leave it at that.
the fuck? And the videos Idiot Archive uploaded were stolen from my social media accounts to classify as cringe, which they're not.
Your stupidity is actually making me miss Goku. How is that possible?
This is one
Let's see. I see nothing about shit particles flying through the air.
of the few problems I have with that statement. You mentioning your disability does not excuse you for committing crimes, especially perjury, which is what
Again, Blue X is being a little dramatic here of crimes, but with the context of later, there is stuff that, like, I'm not gonna lie, Husker, looks suspicious, okay? And it's when taken in the context of what you said, okay? It's not a matter of me putting words into mouths here. It's something that, as far as I know, you said this, and I'm not seeing anything from you disproving that you said this. If you have proof you didn't say this, be it, you know, showing the exact same Discord logs or whatever, saying, I never freaking said that. You know, that might be the better way to say that, okay, then they made this stuff up. Then they are really doing A stuff that you probably could pursue criminally, maybe. I don't know. At least civilly. Let's not say criminally. Civilly. And B, I need a drink. B, it's also something that people are going to get on your side for. So I think that would be a great way to like prove like, hey, look, these guys are being assholes or being awful.
False copyright claim is perjury, which is still illegal, Husker. And stop using your disability as a fucking excuse. I have autism myself, and even I find it as an insult that you try to excuse that for fucking perjury. You can go fuck yourself. I even told you it doesn't justify false flagging someone else's content, which is illegal. But then you go on saying, they're stealing my videos, and stealing is illegal. I mean, I wouldn't steal anyone's videos myself, and I thought to myself, it's not stealing someone else's work, it's simply me criticizing you for abusing the copyright system. And then you said, I'm only just trying to get them taken down because YouTube's report system is completely effed, and then I
Okay, you know what? You may have a lot of actual truth to your claims right there with YouTube's completely effed. A lot of people say that, a lot. You know, you're not alone in those feelings.
Still, that doesn't make it an excuse. And then you said, I can't report the hate video targeted towards me. And then I explained, someone criticizing you doesn't mean they're hate video. You clearly don't understand how copyright works. But then you said this, I can take criticism alright, especially if it's constructive. It's trolling that I really hate, and I'm a victim of it 24/7. I've been sent countless KYS posts all the time, and yet I can't report them for them happening.
Shut up, bitch!
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there because you already contradicted yourself. Look, Husker, as much as you want to be, you are not a victim. You will never be a victim. The moment you abuse the copyright system, all the sympathy you had before will be long gone the moment you do that, because it was very frowned upon on this platform, and YouTubers don't tolerate that type of abuse. I don't know what to tell you, and I'm not a legal expert, but eventually, once you false copyright claim the wrong person, sooner or later, it's gonna bite you in the ass, and you could face serious legal trouble. And no, I am not trolling you.
And like I said, the legal trouble wouldn't be the stuff that I'd be worried about. It would be a matter of like getting in trouble with YouTube, the fact that you're risking your own channel doing this stuff, the fact that you're risking other people's channels being falsely flagged. Like, you know, look, kind of like this video did earlier. Anybody can take the actual copyright strike and edit out your private information so that way it's not doxing you, and then sit there and say, hey, look, this is what this guy said about me. And anybody who has the video or has access to the video, because I've also seen it in cases where someone had this happen to them, the video miraculously ends up on a re-upload channel, and then people get a chance to see the full video, and then they really get to see that like, oh no, this, you cannot do this. And then it becomes worse for the person that made the claim.
I am not harassing you. I am not bullying you. I am warning you, Husker. If you don't stop abusing the copyright system, eventually YouTube is going to take a look at your content, and they will eventually terminate your channel for violating terms of service about making fraudulent claims. I'm not joking. I've been on this platform for 10 fucking years now. This is ridiculous now. And no, you cannot take criticism well. Because if you have taken criticism well, why did you file false copyright strikes on multiple times, on multiple channels? That's not you accepting criticism. That's just you silencing your critics. Because they dared criticize you for the things you've done. I don't know what to tell you, but take what I say with a grain of salt, because I am not 100% sure. But if I'm right, I'll be like, oh shit! Blue Axe is on to something. He's cooking. But you just have to decide for yourself. Anyway, let's just continue to read more screenshots. And I even ask you this, okay, how is me criticizing you about you abusing the copyright system counts as me trolling you exactly? I literally just asked a legitimate good question here. How is me criticizing someone for abusing the copyright system counts as me as trolling? How the fuck is so trollish about this? What is the joke behind that? There is no joke. He's just pulling shit out of his ass once again. But it gets even worse, folks. He said, easy, no one gives a shit. You probably must have been listening to my haters. Seriously, what is with copyright abusers always labeling critics as haters? Holy fuck. And I have a feeling you might be recording this and putting it on
YouTube just tarnished my reputation even further. Believe me, I've known tons worse people than me who abused my reputation. Okay, how are they haters? Am I one of the haters? Well, you look at the channels of Buzzy Trombone, Mr. Weasel. Yeah, I do want to shut this so I can read. Hayes, Mr. Drago. Okay, so this person, this Kashi K, is the person that you guys have been talking about in chat that I don't know a lot about. But, you know, Husker, like, this is like, said I was going to point stuff out, okay? This is where you've got to sit there and lay out. Here's what happened with Buzzy Trombone. Here's what happened with Mr. Weasel. Here's what happened with Idiot Archives. Here's what happened with Hayes. Here's what happened with Mr. Drago. Here's what happened with Remanuski. Blah, blah, blah. Here's what happened with Daniel Coffey. Here's what happened with LJ Productions. And, you know, look, if you want to include a whole special detailed section for Akashi, because from my understanding, there's a lot to that based off of what I've seen from Hybrid, but you have to sit there and you're going to have to lay out like why you were justified in saying things towards these people. Harassment and false. See, like what Hybrid's saying there, like, okay, if you guys can prove or you have proof of this person driving this passive vortex person to maybe, you know, do some stupid stuff, you know, that's more in your favor. Let's put it that way. I can't say that makes you in the right because I don't know the context.
YouTube just to tarnish my reputation even further. Believe me, I know tons of worse people than me who have been abused.
All right, I already all this.
I'm going to ask two biggest questions that I will guarantee you and prove my point that he is indeed abusing the copyright system. Let's continue then. And I ask him this question. If you claim my video, does that mean you now own Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories gameplay in the background? Yes or no?
This is kind of a null point for me when Blue Axe did all this, because the commentary is transformative enough. It falls under fair use with commentary. You literally could have a blank screen showing the videos, kind of like not much beyond what I'm doing here. I've got a little camera down the bottom, right? But you could have nothing and be covering this stuff, and still, as long as you're providing commentary and maybe some education, maybe whatever, it's considered transformative. And like when you get down to the nitty gritty, when people are really looking at this and nitpicking shit on YouTube, you know what they're going to look at? They're going to look at like, okay, they're going to look at like how much I've watched of these videos, first of all, how much I've said on things. So if I take a 5-minute video and I offer commentary on it, it's going to be longer than 5 minutes, right? It's going to automatically be 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Okay, so I've doubled the length of that video even. So now you can't sit there and say that I'm just stealing your content. I'm offering opinions. I'm offering stuff. Okay, so again, I said I would have criticisms both ways. This to me is I feel like this was their understanding of showing and proving an easy way that, you know, you can't copyright claim this video. I don't agree with them here.
You answered, no, I don't. I just don't want private information about me exposed.
Again, you can't copyright claim something because you don't want fucking private information about you exposed. That's literally where stuff comes in, and you just go here, you go YouTube privacy. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Policy. And this is where you fall. Like, this is literally the domain you got to live in and understanding what you're filing, because the copyright, it's not your content. If it's transformative and stuff, you cannot claim it as copyright, but you can claim privacy. And I've seen it done time and time again. I could show you a commentator that going back to, you know, if anybody's ever watched Riveter, Riveter got copyright claim back with Why So Demented stuff. A lot of people got copyright claimed with Why So Demented, just because, you know, they were showing stuff in streams with their image in it, and then they sat there and came back and said, hey, look, my image is not public, or this is not public. You could do that kind of stuff. Might not be the most agreed upon thing. People might not look at you in a favorable light in some situations, but you can do it. It's a legal way of doing what you're wanting. You know, Ghosty was another person. If you have Discord, I can throw my Discord. My name is the same on Discord. I mean, I've got the same profile picture and everything. If you got Discord, just look me up on Discord and shoot me a message. I'll look at it. Just let me know you sent the message. Sargon of Akkad proved the inverse when it comes to copyright, where a video is shorter in length than the source video. How the hell did he do that? How? Oh my god. Okay, back to the video. Let's see here.
Oh, there you have it. There you have it. He flat admits he does not own Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Fool. They are not rumors if it's proven to be true. Why is so difficult for you to understand? Now I'm just losing my patience, my guy. I explained to you again, how are they rumors? There are screenshots provided to be, well, technically it's supposed to say provided to me, but it was a grammar mistake on my end, so I apologize. By someone DM'd me on Discord. Another question, do you own Kingdom Hearts A Day in Agrabah music in the background of my video? Yes or no? And then you answered this. I don't own Kingdom Hearts. Besides, I don't even like Disney. I just hate being trolled and defamed, and if YouTube won't take them down, I have no choice but to do it myself.
Okay, I'm going to show you something. Subject, oh, by the way. This is an increasingly hard thing to prove, by the way. The action of damaging the good reputation of someone through slander or libel, okay? So it's, again, through either the spoken word or the written word, okay? So you could say that they are slandering you, therefore causing defamation. Showing, this is where it's going to get interesting. I'm hoping I can find an easy this. Because there's, okay, there we go. A false statement of fact was made, okay? And I believe you have to get 3 out of 5 of these in order to really have a defamation case, by the way, before I read through the list. A false statement of fact was made. So you have to be able to prove something is a fact. Okay. So if somebody calls you a PDF file, okay, if they're calling you that, you then can just sit there and say, I guess that's not a great one because that falls into a whole subsection of the law. We'll go with simple stuff. Okay. Somebody sits there and calls you a fat idiot. Okay. I'm not calling you that, just so we know. I'm using this as an example. I have no freaking clue what you look like. Somebody calls you a fat idiot, okay? That technically can be defamation and slander because they're speaking it and they're defaming you. But let's see if they meet all this stuff of defaming you right here. Okay, so a false statement. So what happens if you're 6'10" and you're maybe, I don't know, 178 pounds? Well, you're obviously not fat, right? The statement was communicated to a third party. Okay, well, I guess in this situation, if I make a video on you and say, hey, you know, Husker's a fat idiot, and I just say that, again, spoken word, and I'm defaming you. So far, we've met two of the qualifiers. The defendant was negligent or acted with an absolute malice in determining the truth of the statement. Okay, so this would be a really tough one to kind of give an example for. But basically, let's say that I've known you all your life, and I not only knew that you are 6'10" and you weigh 178 pounds, but that you've actually had an eating disorder. And I know that calling you fat personally harms you and bothers you and may make you to actually go and do something like rash. Okay, the statement was not privileged. I don't know if I remember how to explain that one. The statement caused some type of damage, you know, and I think this is the biggest one with defamation. This is the one that lawyers are going to care about when they cover this stuff. If it has to prove, like, okay, if I look up Social Blade, let's go with that. I looked up Social Blade for Mama Max. I'm not sure if you're aware of the Mama Max situation or not. This guy was a predator hunter, okay? This guy sat there and accused someone of being a predator. Well, actually, YouTube kind of came around and said, look, dude, you're fucking this up bad, okay? And in that, it basically caused him, you see this big dip in his subscribers and everything? This was caused by people making videos on him that drove people completely out of his community. He's lost thousands of dollars of income, tens of thousands of dollars of income, technically. And now that would be something that a lawyer will care about enough to represent you. If I go to your channel and I look up Husker the Wolf, pull your channel up here, pull your subscriber channel. Okay, what is this? Why is there ads on Social Blade? Jesus. See this? This is just normal. Like, if you look at mine, this is kind of normal. Like, you've gained subs, you lost subs. There's no clear dip like what I just showed you on, like, with Mama Max's channel. That's a loss. Like, I could show you, like, you could see red for days when we were looking at the numbers up top, on his views, on his subscribers. Like, that dude has been consistently losing. And technically, you could sit there and say that, hey, the video that some of these people made defamed him if it was false. The thing was, is that the things that people said weren't false. They were actually proving the point. So, you know, just to show you something completely outside of your bubble, you know, how defamation can and can't apply. You can't sit there and say, defamation likely for you because, you know, look, I can probably go back. How do I go back? Or zoom. It said zoom. Well, this is going back to 2021 now. So this is going back to 2021. So, like, you plateaued. Look, honestly, right here, gain subscribers, you haven't dipped below 0. You haven't lost. You've gained more at some points, and then you've gained nothing at some points. I mean, stuff happens. You know, with views, these views can change depending on whether you make videos private or public and stuff. So there's stuff you can do to directly affect these views. I'll show you. I'll go back one more time. I'm going to show you something here because I know a thing or two about Mr. Max here. See this dip right here? There's this dip. This was June. Okay. Dude, that was wanting. Let's see. January 2020. Subscribers, views. Did he add him back? Hold on. Back. I go back farther. 6. Let's go here. Oh, it doesn't. Summer. Total subscribers. Video. Okay. This is some false inflation here. Okay. I'll kind of explain this because I know what's happening here. I don't remember what all happened with this over here so much. But this right here, I can tell you exactly what happened. So this guy has about 70 videos on his channel. He actually has about 80. Okay. And a good chunk of videos were actually unlisted from his channel. So they didn't actually, or actually they were privated, not even unlisted. They were straight privated on his channel. He had several. So those views don't count on your channel while they're privated. So when he unprivated a bunch of videos, it created a huge spike in this. That's just one example. Okay. What else? Subscribers. There was another dip that was a little more pronounced when we were closer to it in the timeline. But you could see there was also a big drop in his views. There was a visible drop of I don't remember. I think it was like almost 200,000 views. Like I said, that goes back into this guy's actually got about 80 uploads. Right now, he's got 10 videos I know of that are privated. Now, you might think that it's kind of stupid that I know all this stuff. Well, let me tell you a thing or two about me. I really didn't like this guy, and I knew that he was going to get rid of stuff. So if you go into my videos, I actually have all 10 of his videos re-uploaded. And honestly, if he ever wanted to come through and copyright claim these, he absolutely could. Absolutely could. I'd probably just take them down or take them off my channel. But yeah, I did this to catalog what this guy did. I mean, it's just his videos re-uploaded. These are videos that he had out there publicly that he then made private. Now, I've got no commentary added on these, okay? I've made commentary videos on him. Specifically, this one is actually a video I did. That's one of my live streams. But these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I might not even have all of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 8 out of 10 videos. But yeah, you know, just goes to show you, like, that was just me. But you know, I open myself up to stuff. Like, again, you know, Max ever wants to come around and be total ass and sit there and take down those videos, he could copyright strike me. You know, YouTube could come around and say that, you know, I just re-uploaded as content and that I'm not allowed to do that. The nice thing with YouTube is 9 times out of 10, they sit there and they allow you to take the content down without anything else. I also have these backed up in other areas, so if that ever does happen. But yeah, just wanted to show you, like, some things with people and things that go on.
Both.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Whew. Okay. Him admitting that he does not own the gameplay footage and the music in the background was already bad enough as it is. He also admits that he was going to abuse the copyright system himself, since YouTube has...
Thank you for that, by the way, Necro. I missed that in chat. Necrod said, the easiest way to understand defamation is it false? Did the person who said it know it was false? And did it hurt you in a quantifiable way? Perfect way of wording. Thank you.
more than 2 brain cells, apparently, to see the situation through and restore my content. Now do you understand why my video was restored and my strike is completely removed now? This right here. And you thought that was bad. It gets a whole lot worse.
Worse. Much worse.
You replied, I kinda did not watch the video because I was scared it was...
This is also going to be not in your favor, by the way, there, Husker. Again, going to be honest, like I said. Not watching the video and you're claiming the whole video, that's not a good look. You know, talking to them about Disney franchise and all that. Whatever else you talk about here, not a big freaking deal. And then, you know, Blue X kind of went on to sit there and say that if you had watched my video, you would realize that I don't support any of the harassment towards you or anything else. I even told my my viewers not to bully you. Not to mention, I put 2 disclaimers in my video. This is, you know, them showing the disclaimers. I think this is another thing that was frustrating to see before I got to the other stuff. Okay. But I understand, like, maybe, you know, in another situation, if you ever run into this. So what happened here is Blue X wanted to set up a call to kind of like maybe discuss things, kind of go over stuff, discuss why you struck them. Maybe you see if there's things like, maybe if there's a better way to understand your position is what I got from them anyway. Okay. The fact that you're like, hey, look, I'm not going to join a group chat with Mr. Weasel or Buzzy. Buzzy will just expose me. He can't be trusted. Neither can Sheldon for that matter. Well, you struck these people's channels. I kind of felt like in this instance, you at least kind of maybe, if you're admitting that it was a false strike and you're admitting that you did this just because you didn't like how they treated you, I kind of feel like you owe them at least that conversation. Now, maybe it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be right then and there, okay? You could just sit there and be like, hey, I want to have this conversation, but I want to have somebody on my side there. And then you could reach out to somebody like Hybrid, anybody, any of your friends, and be like, hey, can you just come, like, give me some support in this call? You don't got to say anything, just sit there. Because that way I know I got at least somebody in my corner, so if people start ganging up on me, I know I'm not going to get totally dogpiled.
But then you're not having it by
totally reasonable thing to do, by the way.
Saying, I'm not joining a group chat with Mr. Weasel and Buzzy because he's afraid. He's that afraid of Buzzy. So I told him, no, I think it's as important because you abuse the copyright system. This is serious. You need to get in the call now. And he keeps making bullshit asinine excuses about why he's not joining the group call. And I was not having enough of his bullshit. And I told him this by this screenshot. Get in the call now. I'm not in the mood to deal with this bullshit. But then you basically just
Okay. This is where I had my problem with you, Husker. I'm gonna be honest. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people watching this video right now that are gonna develop a problem with you because of the things that you said here. You need to go out and prove that you either A, did not say this stuff, or B, something else. But I can't help you because this made you look bad, and this was your own words that made you look bad. Okay, I'm not even going to play this. I'm just going to read it. So, you know, Blue X had said, hey, I'm not playing games here. You need to get in the call now. I'm not in the mood for this bullshit. You reply, neither am I. Reasonable point. Okay, we're gonna quickly escalate to unreasonable right here. Now, I must address the elephant in the room. I am not a nice guy. I harass people. Not a good thing, Husker. I send death threats. Also not a good thing, Husker. I try my best to be funny, but I end up getting shat on for it. Shit happens. It happens to a lot of people. I make awful stuff such as that I'm gay for Mario meme, and that Thomas and the Preggy Club video. I have no idea what's going on here. And I draw fetish art of minors. That is the shit that people are going to get mad at you for. And if that is the case, if you genuinely did that, you are definitely going to catch a lot of shit. And it's not going to be just from people like me. I'm going to be the most charitable person to come at you right now. There's going to be a lot of other people that are going to sit there and be like, you are a PDF file. You are the world's worst fucking person. I'm just going to fucking say that. I'm going to allow people to reserve the right for their own opinion. But you said this. Nobody pushed you to say this. You should just stay the fuck away from me. I am not a very pleasant person. You don't have to be a pleasant person. I'm not a pleasant person. You should go spend more time listening to that fucking clout chaser Kashi K. Somebody who talked about that there's obviously a clear issue between the two of you, and I think you ought to prove that maybe a little more. I'm pretty much a threat to society in the Thomas fan base. Now go leave me the F alone. Now, after you said all this stuff, you blocked them. I'm not going to keep going, but you blocked them. And so there's not much else Blue X is going to have to go on. Like, okay, I understand you may have issues with Kashi K from the sounds of it. Hybrid's, validating what happened with Kashi K, saying that, it was a bad situation. This is a bad situation for you, though, bro. It's very bad. You said this stuff yourself, okay? And what I'm going to now say next, I want you to really listen to me, okay? This video came out a month ago, okay? Came out March 26, 2024. The initial video didn't make any mention of this. I don't think any of this stuff had happened at that point because the video came out the same day all this stuff happened, okay? Sonintendo, for what it's worth, went on to cover this as well at a much later date. I'm going to show that right now. Sonintendo covered this a few days later. So 3 days later, his first video. God, I hate the intro. Sorry, Sonintendo, but Jesus, bro. And then this video was 4 days ago. In both Sonintendo's videos that I watched, I'm 99% certain neither one of them, he goes over that message and is calling you things. He goes over the chat. He goes over you being bad for sitting there copyright striking people and a lot of other stuff. And you know what? It wasn't until I saw that in this video right about here. I'm going to play this now. I want you to see what Sonintendo said about you. Now, this is a guy that wasn't involved in the situation. The hell? I'm clicking the wrong sound button. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot.
This has my thumbnail. This is so idiotic of him, of Husker. He blocked Blue X. He straight up did the worst thing right here to just block him instead of talking. Husker, you do not deserve to be on YouTube. Get off. You're not qualified to be on here. If you can't handle criticism, get the fudge off.
Block me
again,
like a pathetic little.
Again, it's not giving you criticism, calling you things that people will likely and already have, from the sounds of it, will call you that because of what you said. These guys are not calling you that. They're calling you out for the other shit.
The worm he truly is.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
So, you blocked me after you decided to refuse to get into the Discord group call with me, Mr. Weasel, and Buzzy. So, I decided to dispute the copyright claim because we all know that is a fraudulent claim to begin.
Again, these people, you know what? You may not like them, but every single one of them, and I'm meaning specifically Blue X and Sonatendo, at least at this point in this, were very charitable to not sit there and immediately go in and start calling you a PDF file and stuff like that. Because in other communities, specifically the commentary community, as far as like where I'm in, people have gotten called that for way less, with a lot less proof. And you outright said it, man. You outright said this shit. You have to either prove that that was made the fuck up, because when you came in here initially, you said, hey, I'm not a PDF file. Then you got to prove it somehow, either that this stuff is made up, or you're going to apologize and you are going to take lashes for this, like whether you like it or not. And the only way you can avoid taking those lashes is to be done with the internet for a while. And I mean a while, because people are not going to forget the things that you said very easily. And if ever, I mean, I'm trying to give you the charitable outcome here. I'll be honest with you. Like, there's people that will watch for you. If you were in other communities, there's people that would probably watch for you, wait for you to come back. The minute you come back, harass the living hell out of you. There's people that would harass the living hell out of you right now in every single video on your channel. Doesn't matter if it was made today. Doesn't matter if it was made last week. It doesn't matter if it was made 90 years ago. There would be people going in every single video until you privated every single video, because they would want you off the platform. I'm just giving you the dead honest truth of the said art in question. Well, if you guys find it, obviously I don't want any of that, first of all. I'm not looking to have proof. You guys can confirm whether you find it or not, but I'm being the most charitable person I can be to Husker right now, in giving them the God's honest truth as far as like what will likely happen from this. Because the more people that see this, the more people, especially like me, that see this, and they're not going to be the nice guy. They're not going to come along. They're not going to explain things to you the way I explain things to you, especially knowing what I knew going into this. I knew that message going into this. I sent that message to Jim going into this. Jim's my, the biggest person I talk with. Even after that shit, it's over. It's not true. We'll destroy your reputation. People don't joke about that for a reason. Exactly, Nedro. I'm not trying to sensationalize stuff here. I'm sure anybody in the chat will tell you. And, I think you owe praises to people that did this stuff in as charitable as a way as they did it. I said I was going to be fair. I never said I was going to be nice. I'm sure you're not going to like anything I'm saying at this point, but you probably shot yourself in the head with.
So, after 10 business days later, YouTube finally made its decision to restore my video, as well as removing the strike off my channel. And after learning that crucial factor, you got so triggered to find out the fact that my video...
And I'm going to tell you what, there's going to be a lot of people that will look at this situation, especially with what happened with Sonatendo. So if I remember right, Sonatendo got struck too. Yeah. With that crap being said loud in the chat. Yeah. I mean, it could have been... let me get to my point first. Okay. Let me play this again. Track with what I was going to say.
That is a fraudulent claim to begin with. So, after 10 business days later, YouTube finally made its decision to restore my video, as well as removing the strike off my channel. And after learning that crucial factor, you got so triggered to find out the fact that my video has been restored and the strike...
Okay. I'm going to tell you what a lot of people are going to think, especially if you struck this video that they're going over, and I believe there was a third video by them. The initial video, the copyright video is the one we're on. If you had struck this copyright video, there really would have been some push out, but I know there was probably there's probably a little bit of blowback because you also struck Sonatendo. I don't know if you struck based on this other video too, But and I'll look at the Twitter thing too here. But people are gonna say that you're doing this stuff to cover it up. Okay? That's what they're gonna say. Whether it's true or not, people are gonna say that because now they're gonna think that you're striking whole videos to hide things. And that these guys are automatically speaking the truth. And it could be their video comes out and there's gonna be a whole lot of nothing. Look, when I watched Blue X's first video, honestly, that's a whole lot of nothing. There's a little bit of moral grandstanding, if you ask me. Second video, you striking that first video, that was like, okay, you can't take criticism. Now I'm starting to look at you. This third video, that's the one that drew my looks. As far as like, I'm really interested in this stuff. If you're out there willing to say all this stuff and shoot yourself in the foot, in the head, in the face, the body, everywhere, all because you think these people are trolling you. Like, did you not really understand? Oh yeah, people will dig through everything you have just because of that statement.
Was removed, you got so salty that you decided to basically false strike my second response video on you, hoping to get a better result in your favor, but only to backfire so miserably by YouTube telling me that that video is also protected under fair use, and then remove the strike once again.
And I just want to go to say, oh god, son of I just want to go to say, okay? Oh, god damn it, I was thrown off by the tips of soundboard. Hold on.
But only to backfire so miserably by YouTube telling me that that video is also protected under fair use, and then remove the strike once again.
Okay, so that was this video that got the strike removed, and then he made this third video. If you're smart, don't ever strike any more of his videos again. I'm not warning you. I'm trying to give you advice at this point. Hey, hybrid, how's it going? False copyright strikes are bad enough because it brings all this negative attention to you. Then you turn around and say the stuff like that, and it's going to get to corners of the internet that you don't want. Exactly. Oh, I will check Discord. Oh, I've got to look at that stuff later. But thank you, Gigi. Let me this one here. What did I do? Try it again. That's something there. Yeah, I'll definitely look into the Kashi individual. Definitely send that over, and I will check that out. I probably won't check it out tonight because I got a couple other things, and I like to kind of like making like these, like I watch all the stuff. Like I go through. No hesitation. It's supposed to. Yeah, I'll look through it. I tend to go through and I'll watch everything. I'll probably look in to see and if I could find any more information on this person, find out the stuff that they've done. Kind of like I did a little bit with talking about Husker, and I talked to Blue X, I talked to Sonatendo, I asked them about stuff. I made sure that I understood things pretty darn clear before I came in here, and I just willy-nilly accuse people of stuff because it's not how I like to run my stuff. But yeah, I will definitely look into that. Thank you so much, Hybrid. Go back. Oh god, I forgot. It's just that part.
Large fiend.
Blue Eyes White Dragon is 10 times better than Red Dragon.
Okay, this was a little bit of nerding.
Too much of an oversensitive loser that you decided to abuse the copyright system.
Oh, I know the thing I was going to say. Back a bit. Back when we were talking about, the freedom to say things. You have the freedom to say things. Like people in my chat and everything can attest to the fact that I went through my last live stream on mine was going through. Was it the last one? No, it was the second. It was the one before that. So a few weeks back, I went through and I covered this video by this guy. It goes by Brian Mullins. He's a furry, in the furry dom as well. Okay, right? And Brian here, which is this video, Brian has an actual video out there in defense of predators, PDF files. God, my spelling is awful. So this guy made a video literally in defense of predators. Boom. Not surprised that he has Loyal Convoy stuff. Did he take? Nope, he didn't take it down. It's right here. It's 2 weeks old, and you can see the title of the video. I mean, it is what it is. But him making this video doesn't relinquish him from the consequences of saying things. Okay, you sitting there saying what you did about drawing the certain type of fetish art that you drew will not relinquish you from what what consequences you may suffer from that. This guy's suffering consequences. If I go back and I show you, I'm not the only one that went through and covered this guy being freaking dumb for this. Look, here's one there. There's a video there. There's one there. There's another one there. Like this is not bullying and harassment by any means. This guy put this stuff out there. We are free to cover it, and we are free to criticize it. So you saying the stuff that you said, understand you're going to be subject to the same criticisms. Okay, I'm just being honest.
Only to backfire you so miserably. So Husker, the reason why my video has been...
Yeah, it was a little more nuanced than that, Hybrid. Basically, he said that we should make child porn legal as long as it doesn't harm the child, which I did. There's a whole rabbit hole with how can you make child porn without harming a child. But this guy believed that if you made child porn without harming the child, that it should be legal and it would decrease the amount of pedophiles, especially if you abolish the laws that made pedophilia illegal. This guy had a lot of awful arguments, as you can see, but yeah.
Restored because I put you in your place. You cannot worm your way out of this just because I hurt your precious little feelings. As much as you want to be a victim, you will never be a victim, and you never will be. So, Husker, if you're watching this video, stay sour, stay mad, cope and see. I have won the legal case, bitch. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you do, give a like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, follow me on...
Okay, that's basically it. So, and then Nintendo does have an additional video here that I'm not going to totally cover, like if somebody wants to go and look at it. But basically, this covers Husker the Wolf going at them and striking them for this video, which I'm telling you, it's not a good thing, especially because Nintendo could have went at you a whole lot harder than people are likely to go at you for. Unnecessary and unprofessional. Yeah. I mean, there's things that are unnecessary. It's a matter of taking things with a grain of salt, though. So it's look, I will say things about myself, and there's a lot of things that like I've said and I've done. I've always acted in a manner of like, I wouldn't mind if that stuff was done to me. So, when I was going at somebody and trolling them and messing around with them, I never said or did anything that I wouldn't want said or done to me that I didn't think I could also handle. Now, maybe, I should have looked at it a little bit different when I was handling the situation and realized that maybe I didn't handle things properly or well. That's on me. I'm not a perfect person. I apologized. I moved on. I blocked them. I have no interaction with them, and that's what it is. These are deeper than I'm going to dive into. And yeah, I apologize. I apologize to have to break all this stuff to you the way it got broken to you. Hopefully, I did an honest enough job about showing the information about Husker. Again, we can go into here. Not here. We can go into here and show, like, there's nothing that's not covered with what was going on. These are the DMs. And again, they were very charitable in that they didn't post that one really damning DM of you on here. When I looked at stuff, they posted about you false copyright striking, you admitting to false copyright striking, you admitting to not owning this and that, you admitting to going after multiple people. They did not. And it was well within their right to sit there and post stuff about you saying the things that you said. Just know that. But I think I've laid into it enough. I've given you all the honest criticism I can. You can take it however you want. Yeah, he's not going to have a good day with this. And you know what? There's a lot of ways to handle it. I would honestly advise you to look at seek comfort of friendship at this point is the best I can give you, because it may get worse. You know what? It may be I'm the only one that covers this crap and nobody else picks up on this, and you got the guy that was at least honest with you and gave you the truth. But yeah, the honest fact that they didn't go through and totally throw you under the bus, I think you should be singing Blue X's praises a little bit, especially for what they could have done. And, you know, maybe Blue X doesn't have a huge reach. Yeah, about the same as me. But still, you know, things can get amplified. The right person picks it up, the right person sees it, it goes pretty freaking far. As it is, this got 1,000 views, and I know I'm at least 2 of those views, so there's 968 other people that have seen this, at least. Or 968 other views, I guess I should say. Anyway, that's honestly everything on the Husker the Wolf situation. Ran a little bit longer, but I'm glad that I had Husker in the chat. I could ask them about certain things, you know, whatnot. Again, whenever you say the things you say will follow war in other communities, yeah, that's going to happen. You know, and you know, I hope for you guys as well that he's lying as well. I apologize that, you know, this is how things came out. But yeah, I'm not hating on them. Anyway, on to another individual that kind of tends to fall into the same categories, and that would be our main meat and potatoes subject for the night. I appreciate it, Hybrid. I always feel bad, like, especially when I got somebody in the chat and I'm like, I truly, I will give you the stage to defend yourself. You know, I've sat there and I've had people on here that were accused of stuff before too, and you know what? I walked away saying I don't think they are. I studied deep into someone, so but anyway, oh, never mind. It just didn't notify me. Hold on, please. I'm going to let this video play. I'm going to review this.
Sick and disgusting narrative. Oh, really? Then why is that image from years ago on that channel with Lolicon posted above and below it? Rich has a private Discord. I was just on it and have a voice clip of him freaking out, and the channel's been up since 2017. Well, Salient, who's definitely not Review Tech USA, says he doesn't know how Discord works. He legitimately had no idea that channel was made. And Chicken Man just goes, Rich, you are not fooling me. You're not fooling us.
Wait. By the way, do you notice a Salient, the way someone said this in chat, but I'll just add to it.
Hold on. I obviously am not going to leak DMs here, but I kind of want to read this without the noise. But it sounds like our good friend Hybrid here may have had a discussion with Husker the Wolf, and they confirmed the things that were said in the previous video with the big message at the end. So their confession at the end, it sounds like that is that has been confirmed. I mean, honestly, at this point, the best I can offer to Husker would be, honestly, it sounds like you need to seriously consult some professional help. Not in a legal speaking manner. It sounds like you need to probably need to go seek some help for guidance on how to maybe get over any reasons why you may have decided to make those drawings. Let's just put it that way. I'm glad you told them that, honestly. It's a bird. Oh my god. But I greatly appreciate you confirming that and letting me know that it was confirmed. I'm not going to leak anything unless, you know, I've got explicit permission to show things, but I'm not about to leak that. I'm sorry again to Hybrid. I'm sorry that that kind of stuff came out. I apologize that this, of course, my stream was the way that you found that out. I'm happy in that we covered it, and I tried to be as honest and as truthful as I could and give them the best information I could.